Hey, everybody. Come on in, come on in. Hey. Come on in, we're watching some Sunday Night Baseball. Hanging out. Give folks a few minutes to get in, and we'll do some live ripping. We don't want to be here too long, so we won't wait that long. I'm going to go out and explore Austin a little bit tonight. Get some barbecue. Scoping some places out yesterday, so I eyed up a place I want to check out tonight. I had Gus's famous fried chicken yesterday. I now know why it's famous. It's fantastic. Try to get my chat module up here on my laptop. I might not be connected to the Wi-Fi. How's everybody doing? Put it in the chat if you're in here. Say hello. Welcome in, welcome in. We're going to do some live ripping in a second. Just thought it might be fun to hang out, have a little fun. There we go. Laptop is cooperating. All right, chat is up. Let me know if you're here. Say hello. Hey there, Sonder. Welcome in. Welcome in. Got 11 other folks in here. That's good. That's good. We'll get started ripping soon. This is just a live rip of some cards. I did not do it as a dual stream. I'm a little limited since I'm on the road. I wasn't planning on doing a dual stream on whatnot. So there's no buying tonight. Just live ripping, hanging out, talking baseball, maybe talking cards. I'm in Austin, Texas for a work trip, and I brought some cards with me, packed them in my carry-on. Look, I even brought sleeves and top loaders, so I'm prepared if we hit something good. So thanks for following along. Check out the channel, like and subscribe if you like watching pack rips. I do a lot of junk wax. We are watching some Sunday Night Baseball on the hotel TV. I think we got Tigers and Phillies right now, I think is what I saw when I turned that on. I'll tell you why I picked what I picked for tonight. So I'm in Austin, Texas. I went on a little search and tried to kind of figure out, are there any famous baseball players from Austin, Texas? I came across a few. The biggest name was Don Baylor, and Don Baylor obviously came up. I think he was drafted by the Orioles. I want to say it was 1970, if I'm remembering that correctly. Could be wrong. Obviously played, I think, for 5 or 6 different teams in his career. Had a good career. He's not a Hall of Famer, but he's he's one of those next level, great player. Didn't quite have the numbers to get the Hall of Fame, but just a guy that lots of people know. And I I was like, okay, well, who else would have come through Austin? And University of Texas is right down the street here. So I think everybody knows Roger Clemens. So Roger Clemens is probably one of the biggest players ever to come out of University of Texas. So I was like, I think I have a product that we could potentially find a Don Baylor. He won't be in an Orioles uniform, but, that's okay. And we could find a Roger Clemens. And so I brought some 86 Topps Rak Paks along with it. We got 3 of those. We'll rip those and through them. And then I was on Facebook Marketplace, and I came across somebody selling this. And I know we've done some rips of the new Bowman, the 2025 stuff. But I like looking backward. I like looking at some of the old stuff. So this is 1998 Bowman Chrome. They did 3 different releases. So it was 1, 2, and 3. This is number 2. That checklist has, I think, numbers like 240 to 400 something, and it has a lot of the big names. But what we're really looking for are these parallels, right? So the Bowman Chrome rookie reprints, golden anniversary cards, refractor parallels. There's a bunch of stuff to look for in these. So we'll get into that for the second half of the show. So just want to get started. Say hello in the chat. Tell me who your favorite team is, favorite player is. If you like 86 Topps, tell me who you're hoping that I pull out of here. Now, normally at home I have scissors, but I don't travel with scissors, so I might have to. Can't carry a knife in the airport, so I didn't bring my pocket knife with me. So we're just gonna have to rip these the old-fashioned way. With our teeth. So if you ever hear me say, I need an assist, that's what's happening. When I'm ripping and I need to use my teeth to open something. That's why God gave us teeth. All right, first up, we get the All-Stars. So 86 Topps is going to have the 85 All-Stars in it. So we got Dale Murphy. That's right, Uncle Cliff. Are you a Mets fan? I like Dale Murphy. Mark Langston. Danny Darwin. These are going to be alternating back and forth here. Upside down, right side up. There you go, buddy. Mets number 1. Well, look, they just got a great center fielder from my Orioles in Cedric Mullins. I hope he helps you guys take it home. Manny Trio. Juan Beniquez. Oh, there we go. Hall of Famer, Harold Baines. I like that a lot. Jimmy Key. I don't think Jimmy Key gets as much recognition as he probably deserves. He pitched for a while. He pitched on some great teams. There's Blue Jays teams in the 90s. He did some time with the Orioles too. Dave Righetti. Craig Reynolds. Rick Manning. Phil Bradley. There's Dave Schmidt. And Pat Tabler. Dave Rozema. Oh, we got Dale Murphy's base card too. Nice. We'll put that with the All-Star. That's a pretty well-centered one. That's very clean. Ooh, Schwarber just went deep, real deep in center field. Wow. That was a huge home run. 38th home run. That's crazy. Fernando Valenzuela. Hey, man, Cliff, I will root for any team that beats the Red Sox. I'm an O's fan, so I will root for any team that whips up on the Red Sox. I liked Fernando. He played for the Orioles for a little bit. He was always fun to watch. He just, he didn't have the best physique. He just looked like anybody's dad or uncle out there pitching. He was pretty darn good at it. Jim Wolford and Phil Runge. I don't know. I don't know if it's a long U or a short U. Paul Runge, I'm guessing. All right. Bob James here. Oh, there you go. Hey, God is great. How are you, buddy? Thanks for joining in. We're ripping some 1986 Topps because I'm in Austin, Texas, and we're looking for Don Baylor, Austin native, and Roger Clemens, University of Texas alum, right here in Austin. So we'll look for them first, and then we'll rip this box of Bowman Chrome 2 back here from 1998. We're talking baseball. I'm watching Sunday Night Baseball. Duran's coming in to close it out. Schwarber just hit a monster home run. Man, it's fun to watch him come in. He has one of the best entrances. Giant spider walking across the screen. That's awesome. Cliff, Cal Ripken is one of my favorite players as a kid growing up. A buddy of mine helps produce his son's YouTube channel, and Ryan Ripken, and has interviewed Cal a few times. He's a super nice guy, and I've met him a couple times. He's just, always a nice guy. Always been about business and baseball, and understands his place in history with the Orioles organization, I think, pretty well, and has been a good ambassador for the game. Dave Kingman for the A's there. I know Ohtani. I have not seen Ohtani play. I would like to. Ohtani's fantastic. Matt Young. George Wright. Greg Gross. Now, usually whenever I get a Greg Gross card, I usually say, I hope this pack isn't gross. That's it. Shohei Ohtani is once in a generation kind of player. He's doing things that nobody's ever seen, for at least my age hasn't seen. Jesse Orosco, he pitched for my Orioles. He's a Mets uniform here. There you go, Cliff. Jesse Orosco in the Mets uniform. That's awesome. God is great. That's a lot of Shohei Ohtani cards. I know you're in Japan, so did you have them? I don't know how long you've been out there in Japan, but have you acquired more since you've been out there, or are they all from out there? I got to imagine it's hard to get American product in Japan, but maybe not. Ron Romanek. Yes, Jesse was pitching when the Mets won the World Series. Nice. 38 years. Oh, wow. Okay, so you're practically been there for, well, almost as long as I've been alive. Jim Aker. Rich Dower. Now here's a kind of an underrated Oriole. Rich Dower, just a part of those 80s, late 70s and 80s Oriole teams that were really good, but wasn't a superstar, but he was just a good everyday player. And we lost him this year. He did pass away. But yeah, he was a great Oriole. Mookie. There you go. More Mets. Oh, we're getting a bunch of Mets. Look at this. We got Mookie. We got Ron Darling. Oh, that's awesome, bud. God is great. That's good work. That's awesome work out there. Keith Cliff says, I met Keith Mitchell, 86 champ, last summer. Oh, that's awesome. Ernie Witt. Tom Henke. Those glasses, man, they were something in the 70s and 80s. Everybody was wearing them. Hey, there you go. Darryl Strawberry. I like that. I'm putting that one up on the stand. Nice one. Got a Willie McGee. I like Willie McGee. I think he's a little bit underrated. There we go. Look at that. Pete Rose. This is the Pete Rose years card. This was has like a little fact about each year of stats: 79, 80, 81, 82. That's awesome. I like that. I have not pulled that before, so that was a fun pull. Now this I've been waiting to get into because I really want this card, and I've been staring at it in the rack pack. Look at this Ozzy. It's so clean. It's pretty well centered. It's just a nice Ozzy All-Star card. Johnny LeMaster. Ed Wojna. What time is it over there? God is great. I don't know how far Japan is apart from us. Scott McGregor, pitcher for my O's. Now, if you haven't watched me rip before, usually after I get an Oriole card, I say, oh, like we do during the national anthem. All right, Tony Phillips. Oh, Cliff, I love minor league baseball. I love getting out there. It's always a great environment. I've seen the Binghamton team play. Is the Rumble Ponies? I don't know if they're Double A. Maybe it was the Mets. Did they used to be called the Mets and they changed it? I remember seeing Binghamton Mets. I've seen them play the Harrisburg Senators at some point. Cecil Fielder going up. Kirk McCaskill. Kurt Young. I mean, this was a long time ago. This was probably 2009, 2010 maybe. Tim Burke. Danny Gonzalez, but I have seen them before. I saw them at, I don't know if you know anything about the Harrisburg, but I think Harrisburg was the minor league team for the Nats, and I saw them play back then. I know we're looking for the Nolan Ryan. Steve Murrah, like Jeff Coat. Hey, there's one. George Brett. A little card dust. Some of that's in the photo. That's a great one. Roy Thomas. Oh, there's Bill. Bill Buckner. He has a great mustache. His eyebrows are almost as impressive as his mustache. I love it. And then Dave Sachs to round out that rack pack. That was a great rack pack. I'd be pretty happy with that. Let's just review the nicer ones here. We had George Brett, Cecil Fielder, Ozzy on the All-Star. We had the Pete Rose years, Darryl Strawberry, Dodgers Fernando Valenzuela, Dale Murphy, Harold Baines, and Dale Murphy on the All-Star. That was fun. Let's do the second one. We still have not seen a Don Baylor or a Roger Clemens. And that's okay if we don't. But we at least have the potential. There's Sweet Lou Whitaker. He just had such a long career. Ken Schramm. And the Phillies close it out 2-0. Dave Collins. Mark Salas. Lou Thornton. Hey, what's up, Hammy? How's it going? We're just ripping some 86. I'm in Austin, Texas for work, so I'm looking for Don Baylor, Austin native, and Roger Clemens, University of Texas alum. Danny Cox. And Phil Necro. There we go. We'll put him up. This, I don't know if this is genetic, but these guys were knuckleballers, so they could pitch forever. But these guys pitched a long time. The Necro brothers. Ron Guidry. Got a couple of Yankees in a row. Nice one. Bob Clark. No, I don't think so because I don't have the volume on. I think it's a sound thing. And I'm not showing the whole thing, and I'm not charging money. So I think we're good. Mike Mason. Ken Landreau. Paul Molitor. Like that. I like that Paul Molitor card. I don't remember pulling that before. Glenn Davis. Oh, man. This is one of the worst trades in Oriole history. Orioles sent, who was it? Three pretty big players to get Glenn Davis, and then he came here and had like two of the worst years of his career. Man. Pete Harnish was one of them. I think Luis Gonzalez maybe, and why am I blanking on Kurt Schilling? Dale Barra. Hey, there's Doc. Big part of that 1986 World Series team. Willie Wilson. And Mike Heath. Let's get into part 2 of this rack pack. The cleaning folks are going to be like, what did this guy do in this hotel? He opened baseball cards. Bobby Cox. Hey, there's Tippy. Tippy Martinez. Oh, we got another Oriole back there. Pedro Guerrero. Very nice. Ooh, checklist. Whoop, whoop. I always give a whoop, whoop to the checklist. Hey, look at that, folks. Speaking of, we got our Cal Ripken. There we go. Nice looking Ripken. I don't know. This is cleaner than the other Ripken I have in my collection for this year, so I'm sleeving it up. I like it. Yeah, I love Eddie Murray. One of my favorite cards of all time is the 87 Record Breakers card of him hitting both ways. Awesome card. Love that. Brian Smith. Gorman Thomas. Man, that mustache is amazing. I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. David Green. Randy Hunt. Roy Smith. Dave Steve. Kirk Gibson. Nice. Wayne Krachicki. Wait. Krachicki. Okay. I was trying to put an extra N in there. I'm not familiar with Wayne. I'll have to look him up. That's why I like doing this. There's so many players I don't remember. I was very young when this came out, so I was only 3. But I know some of these guys from my dad talking about them or because they still played when I grew up. Dusty Baker. Greg Minton. Like this guy, Tim Hewlett. He played for my Orioles for a little while. And Roger McDowell. Another Met. There's a whole bunch of Mets. Cliff, if you need any of these cards, let me know, buddy. Send me an email. I'll send you some. I like sending care packages. Ed Wojna. Hey, another Scott McGregor. We just had him. Tony Phillips. Another Cecil Fielder. This same pack. Kirk McCaskill. Kurt Young. Tim Burke. Denny Gonzalez. Alan Nicely. Steve Murrah. Mike Jeffcoat. Oh, Cliff, I'll hook you up, buddy, if you want. Just shoot me an email. It's mattbreakswax@gmail.com. I'll put it in the chat in a second as soon as we finish this up. George Brett. Roy Thomas. Bill Buckner again. Dave Sachs. Gary Matthews. Actor is on a TV show. I don't know. Cliff, I'm just going to send them to you, buddy. Don't worry about it. I'll hook you up. Least I can do for hanging out with me. All right, we got one more rack pack, and then we'll rip some Bowman. Try to get out of here maybe by 9 o'clock. My time, Central. Oh, did I disappear? Yeah, my wife texted me for a second, and I tried to ignore it. But you can't ignore your wife. Even if you're in a different state. Still got to answer. All right. Greg Nettles. Oh, on the All-Star. Oh, we got to take these down because we're going to run out of room. All right. Greg Nettles. Yeah, Cliff, don't worry about just send me an email with your mailing address, and I'll send them out to you, but no charge. That's easy enough to send out to you. Chris Chambliss, Lance Parrish, Bruce Bochy. Yeah, bud. It's the least I can do for having you hang out with me. I appreciate you. Jerry Naron. Joaquin Andujar. Denny Martinez. Love that. Bud Black. Glenn Hubbard. John Franco. Pretty good player. Mark Broward. Oh, sorry. Yeah, probably it's mattbreakswax@gmail.com. I'll put it in the chat. Here, give me 1 second. And if anybody's watching that has a channel and you want to collaborate or do some care packages or anything like that, we can work on that if you want. I like helping other channels grow. Sammy Khalifa. Nice. Dave Parker. There we go. Tim Tuffle. There's Pags. Mike Pagliarulo. Julio Cruz. Yeah, thanks, Cliff. Mickey Tettleton. I like it. He pitched for my Orioles for a little bit, or caught for my Orioles for a little bit. And Tony Perez, big time Reds. Great. We got 2 more sections left. I've been eyeing this card up too. Frank Robinson. I love this. Turn back the clock. I love this insert in Topps. This is one of my favorite inserts of all time. 20 years ago, so 1966, the year of the individual achievement. So it was all the different players with individual achievements, and then they finally talk about Frank down here. Frank Robinson led the Orioles to World Series sweep after capturing AL Triple Crown and MVP. Fantastic. One of the great all-time Orioles, and just great player overall. Oh, that's cool, Cliff. Thanks, I appreciate it. Pete Filson. I try to keep it pretty lighthearted around here. Chris Pitaro. Braves leaders. So I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit of Dale Murphy. Yep. A lot of Dale Murphy. Lots and lots. Who do we have on the pitching side? This is before the Big Four. So Bruce Sutter, Rick Mahler, Steve Bedrosian. There's some names we recognize. That's kind of cool. Pat Corrales. Sean Dunston. Is that his rookie? No. No, I think it's an 85. He went up and down. I don't know if he has a card in the 85 though. Maybe. I'll have to look that up too. Ray Searage. Mike Morgan. Oh, Red Sox leaders. Who are we going to have here? Dwight Evans. Wade Boggs. Oh, man, I'm jealous. I saw Piazza play once. I saw one game. Buckner. Boggs. I got to see Pudge a little more than Piazza because I was an Orioles fan, so Texas would come to town every now and then. He was great. Jim Fry. Bobby Brown. Paul Householder. And another leaders. Phillies leaders on this one. This is going to be Mike Schmidt. Juan Samuel. Mike Schmidt. Not as many as I thought. Juan Samuel was tearing it up. Don Carmen. Kevin Gross. There we go. Harry Spillman. Ted Simmons. I have his autograph somewhere. Indians leaders. I don't know if I put it on eBay. I think I kept that one. I was going to hand it or trade it with somebody who wanted it. I forget who that was that wanted it. Brett Butler. These are Indians leaders. Julio Franco on there. Brett Butler. Bert Blyleven. There we go. Luis De Leon to round out that section. We got one more section here. And we're 3 for 3 on Bill Buckner cards. I'm getting a Bill Buckner in this section. So we've had one in each rack pack. Frank Williams. That's not who we wanted, but that's okay. Pascual Perez. Oh, that's awesome. Cliff, you got to be Keith Hernandez and Tom Seaver. That's fantastic. Johnny LeMaster. Ed Wojna. Scott McGregor again. Are we 3 for 3 on Scott McGregor? I think we are. The guy from Seinfeld. That's so funny. Tony Phillips. Cecil Fielder. I think we got the same bottom on all 3 of these rack packs. Kirk McCaskill. Kurt Young again. Tim Burke again. Denny Gonzalez again. Alan Nicely again. Well, it means we're going to get to the other ones faster. Steve Mura, Mike Jeffcoat, and another George Brett. That's good, though. I think we got 2 or 3 George Bretts, didn't we? Roy Thomas, and old Billy Buckner. Round out the last one. All right, let's recap that one. We got another George Brett, another Cecil Fielder, Ted Simmons, Red Sox leaders, Braves leaders. Our Frank Robinson turned back the clock like that. Tony Perez, Mickey Tettleton, Dave Parker, John Franco, Denny Martinez, and Greg Nettles. So we did not find a Roger Clemens or a Don Baylor. That's okay. We found a lot of Mets for Cliff. Oh, yeah. The Mets had some great teams back then. All right, this one I'm very excited about. This is 1998. This is obviously a couple years post-strike. You've got Derek Jeter and A-Rod on the scene already. 99 or 98 is the year of the home run chase. So, those cards are all in the 99 sets. So, this is kind of a precursor to that. So I'm excited to get in here. The first, 25 cards in the part 2 of the checklist are all big names. All the guys you want. Yeah, that's how it works, Cliff. Everybody goes to the Yankees eventually. That's how it works with my Orioles usually. All right, so I'm hoping they're not bricked together. I don't think they are. I don't think the chrome sticks like some of the other stuff did. I think it was mostly like photo finishes that were an issue from this era, but I think chrome is okay. But there are not very many cards in these packs. I think there's only 4 cards per pack. We're looking for any kind. There's a refractor version of these, so you'll see the rainbow kind of show up in the reflection. Any rookies, and then there are different inserts and all sorts of parallels to look for here. So these are just great looking. Dean Palmer. Hey, look at that. Second card in. Mariano Rivera. I'm going to sleeve it up if I like it. He was just so dominant back then. Absolutely fantastic. Mike Vavrick and Michael Coleman. There are a lot of players on this part of the checklist that I don't recognize. They were just prospects at the time. Some of them probably didn't make it. Oh, this is so cool. This is so freaking cool. All right. I'm excited. All right, Hideo Nomo. That's a big one. Hey, I do not think I don't think that was a rookie. I think he was around for a little bit. Duron Stovall, Expos. That's a name I wouldn't know. I couldn't point out Duron Stovall in a lineup. All right. And Luis Rivas. All right, so this is the one I was excited about. Right there. Hank Aaron. Or Jackie Robinson, sorry. I was looking. There's a whole set of these. There's 50. There's a series of 240. So this is number 50 out of 240. These are the this was a promo you could send in and get like a whole a ring or something, but I'm not worried about that, obviously. I just wanted this card. I wanted the cards out of this particular set. There's a Hank Aaron one I was looking at. There's a Jackie Robinson. There's quite a few of these older stars. I don't know if this is the rookie reprint, Chrome rookie reprint. I think that's what might be what it's called there. I think so. Chrome rookie reprint, I think, is what that is. Yeah, Mantle will be in there for sure. I like these a lot. I've wanted some of these. I'm hoping we get a couple. Jackie Robinson, that's great. I'm still trying to go out and get some barbecue tonight. I had Gus's famous fried chicken yesterday. I got to go get some barbecue tonight. Henry Rodriguez. And none of these have been the refractor yet. You'll see the rainbow reflection shine off of it. Travis Fryman, there we go. Hall of Famer. Masato Yoshi. Oh, that's so cool because this signature is in Japanese, so assuming Japanese. But maybe you can tell. Is God is Great still on here? Did we lose him? I don't know if we lost him. Maybe he could tell us. Yeah, Osaka, Japan. So I'm assuming that's Japanese. And he was from Osaka, so that's cool. I like that a lot. And Jason Grilli. He had an okay career. The gold mantle insert card from the 90s Topps. Nice. I'm an insert guy. I love inserts. I'm a huge fan. All right. That was kind of bricked together, but they're not sticking. They're just a little stuck. Jose Canseco. I like that. Butch Husky. The Mets. I don't know if you have a Butch Husky memory. Our two cards stuck together here. An Oriole. Darnell McDonald. Even as an Orioles fan, I don't recognize Darnell. Oh yes. This is awesome. I was really hoping we get to show one of these. So this is an image variation. I'm so excited. Look at that. So that's the original. This is just the base card. But they have an image variation. I forget what they call it. I don't even know if it's on Bowman Chrome International. So it has a map of where they're from on the back behind them. So we get the base of Rivera, and we got the international card. That's so cool. I was really hoping we would get one of those. I'm going to try to put that up in front of that. There we go. That's really cool. I was pretty excited about that. All right, Jim Edmonds. He was a big name back then. Jason Williams. I'm not familiar with him. I don't remember. Desi Relaford. He was one that was a highly touted prospect, but I feel like he was just okay. I don't know that he had a big career. These are 98s, Cliff. Oh, look, we got a Paul Molitor with the background international. That's super cool. I'm top loading these because I gotta fly them home. So I've got a little. I prepared. I brought a little thing to protect them on the way home. These are, yeah, Cliff, these are 98 Bowman Chrome. They had a 3-part set. So these are out of the second release of that set. So Wade Boggs, Chicken Man, in the Devil Rays uniform. Toward the end of his career, Ugueth Urbina. He was scary on the mound sometimes. Brian Fuentes. And we got Paul Ayat. Not familiar with him. Okay. I work in the southern part of Pennsylvania, but I live in Maryland. I live just over the line in Maryland. I'm about 10 miles from the PA line. I will check in a second. I have notifications off while I'm doing this, other than for my wife. David Segui. Kevin Brown. He's a great pitcher. He played with my Orioles as well. Cesar King. I do not remember. And we got here Vance Wilson. Met. All right. Yeah, I have a friend who I went to college with. He was from Walden, New York, just over the PA line. And my wife grew up in Yonkers, in New York. All right, these feel a little bit stuck together, but I think we got something cool in there, I hope. All right. Francisco Cordova. Oh, it was just turned around. So we got the Paul Molitor base. So we had the Paul Molitor base card and the Paul Molitor International card. So he has the map. It's kind of cool to have both. All right, Willie Martinez. And we got a Francisco Cordova on the International. Yeah. I'm not familiar with Francisco Cordova. I'm going to have to go back and look at him. But I know these international cards hold a little more value. I mean, none of these are crazy expensive, but these have a little bit more value than the base card. But we got his base card earlier too. I just put it on the side because I didn't really know who he was. I don't remember him. All right. Here we go. Crime Dog. Fred McGriff. On the Rays. Derek Bell. Not bad. Cards and coins. Okay. I've never been much into the coins, but I got back into cards. Julio Ramirez. I was out of the hobby for a long time. I got out when I started driving and working back in like 1997, 98. I just started spending my money on other things. And then the hobby was crashing too because it was, the end of the junk wax era. And then I just got back into it like a year ago and decided I was going to do this channel just to kind of document my journey. And so I started with stuff that I ripped as a kid, so I do a lot of junk wax. There's Cole Liniak on that. I do some modern stuff. I'm much more of an opener and sharer or seller than a collector. So, if you see something that you like, I have almost zero emotional attachment to it. So I'm happy to share or pass along or sell it if it's, something that makes sense to sell. Will Clark. Nice. Now look, Will Clark, toward the end of his career, played on the Orioles, and I don't remember that as a kid. I think it was maybe just one season or a season and a half, but he played on the Orioles. J.D. Smart, and so did Eric Davis. That was the other guy that I have remembered through this process of guys that I forgot played with the Orioles. Steve Carver. I don't know who this J.D. Smart is. Ooh, look, Moises Alou. And is it just me, or does that look like a refractor? Because this does not look like a refractor, but that does. That's got rainbow. Is that right? This does not. Does that look rainbow to you? This looks like a refractor. Oh yeah, you can mention any channels you want. YouTube is big enough for everybody. I saw the rainbow too. I didn't taste it, but I saw it. Skittles just taste the rainbow. You can drop any channels. I might already subscribe. If I don't, I like to watch other folks that do what I do and learn from them, have fun, share stuff back and forth, get ideas. The best ideas are mostly taken, so we all borrow and adapt and try to do some stuff that, is fun. I try to be different where I can, but I borrow too. Randy Johnson, I like that a lot. Really like that. You gotta cut the sleeve. Chan Ho Park. Nice. He's another big name from that era. Joe Fontenot and Robinson Checo. All right. Not bad. We're almost halfway through the box. There you go, Barry Bonds. I like that. Javi Lopez, I do like that. Oh, that's cool. Who's that channel? Seth Greisinger? Not familiar with him. What do we got on the back here? Donzel McDonald. Not familiar with him either. I told you there's a lot of names I don't recognize, but I want to get some of these other big names that I know are on this list. I know Jeter's on here. I know Ripken's on here. I want some of these other big names. There's Moises Alou, his regular base card. Brian Jordan. Here's a good one from back in the day. Justin Towle. And Buddy Carlisle. Coins and cards. Las Vegas Coin Hunter. And Cash or Crash, Las Vegas. Okay, cool. I'll have to check them out. I love watching other channels and getting ideas. I'm happy to send out cards if you want them. I have an eBay store I put stuff up on. I've done Whatnot before. A lot of times I do dual stream, and that's maybe what I want to get back to, but I wasn't doing that tonight. Derek Lee. This is just for the YouTube folks. Brian Giles. Ruben Rivera. Sidney Ponson for the Orioles. Nice. He was a source of frustration a lot of times. He was good when he was good, but when he was bad, he was bad. The Orioles had some really bad teams during when he was there. It's kind of not fair to him. Oh, okay. We've got a rookie. I don't know if this is an insert or what. We haven't seen it yet. Carlos Delgado. Jeremy Burnitz. Damon Minor. And here we go. Prime prospect, Ben Grieve. That's super cool. I like that a lot. You have Ruben Rivera's rookie. Nice. Ben Grieve was a big time prospect. I actually have his I had a mystery finest card with him on it. It was like a bunch of rookies in the 99 Topps set, and it has him on it. That's kind of cool. Yeah, Burnitz was great. He had a good career. Ruben Rivera, I don't remember as much. The name, obviously, I remember, but I just don't remember much about his career. I didn't see him very much. Jay Bell. John Smoltz. Look at that. I like John Smoltz. Greg Maddux. I mentioned this on the channel before, but the Orioles were my American League team. For my National League team, I would watch the Braves because there were a couple of years where my dad's business did well enough that we could afford cable. So we got all the Braves games on TBS. So they became my National League team. Gabe Gonzalez and Ron Wright. So I grew up with Smoltz and Avery and Maddox and Glavine, Chipper Jones, eventually Andrew Jones and Fred McGriff, all the guys, those amazing 90s Braves teams. Quentin McCracken, do you remember that name? Ray Lankford for the Cardinals. Marlon Anderson for the Phillies. And another Met, Octavio Dotel. Nice. The Glavine and Smoltz rookies, I've got a couple of those as well. We just got one of the Glavine rookies in the 88. I did 30 days straight of 1988 in my shorts. You are welcome to, Cliff. It is not necessary. I think I have all of them at this point. Chuck Finley. And like I said, I'm not much of a collector. I'm a pass it on or sell it kind of person. Kenny Rogers. Now, if you ask me about guitars, at one point had a lot of guitars that I collected, but I've sold most of those off as well. Scott Randall. Jeremy Giambi. There we go. Liked his brother a little better. Yeah, the things I love about the hobby, I just remember being a kid and like hanging out with your friends, ripping packs, and doing trades and stuff like that. I remember doing that. That's what I loved about it. So that's kind of what I've stuck to for most of my collecting years. Eric Karros, it's not bad. Andrew Jones, there we go. I like that. Just leave it. I forget his rookie year. 93 is when he was signed, or drafted year. I don't know. Let's see here. Jimmy Anderson. Joe DiPastino. We're getting down to the bottom. Only a handful of packs left. 3 or 4. Let's see what else we got here. Hopefully we got a couple more big names left. Rod Beck. That's pretty good. I loved his hair, man. Check that out. That mustache. All right, Charles Johnson. Not bad. Nerio Rodriguez. I don't know if you remember him at all. He pitched for the Orioles. He was a closer. Oh, he was okay. Oh, we got another international card. Juan LeBron. I do not know him. But this is also a refractor. So we got 2 of the refractors on the international. That's cool. All right, we're gonna rip these last couple, and we're gonna get you all out of here. Rico Bronya, Steve Lamosny, Kevin Buford, Padres, and another international, Christian Guzman. Oh, that's awesome. I love live music. I did not get into vinyl. I'm of the generation that I've owned music on every format. I had cassettes, I had CDs, then I had to download it all. And now it's, streaming. So I'm a disgruntled music owner. Because I've had to buy my collection on like 4 different formats in my lifetime. All right, I think we got another refractor. Jose Valentin. But I do love live music, and I love making music. I've always been in bands. I have not been in a band for about a year, and it's been frustrating. Deron Ingram. All right, so Brant Brown. So this is a refractor. I think he's a rookie. It's not a big name, but we did get one, a rookie refractor. These are apparently hard to come by. But we got one, rookie refractor. Who did we get 2? Michael Coleman. There's another. Look at that. We got 2. They're not big names, but we'll take it. We will take it. All right, last 2 packs. Oh, that's an awesome show there, man. That is an awesome show. I took my kid up to see Cake up in Philadelphia. It was probably one of the last shows I was at. And then I got her on to some of the music I've listened to growing up. She's a big country fan. I'm not a huge country fan. There's Ray Ordonez. This Mets car. Steve Finley. Oh, we got 2 stuck there. Javier Vasquez. Yep. I'm a big Cake fan. Todd Bellitz on the international. All right, last pack. And I think that's the end of the box. There's no big insert or anything like that. It's just end of the box. So here we go. Hoping for some last pack magic. Thanks for hanging out with me. Ryan Klesko. There we go. I would have been happy about it as a kid. Edgard Clemente, not a refractor. Mike Lincoln. And last card to round us out, Matt Anderson on the international. So those must not be as rare as we thought, because we got quite a few. I did not see any of the golden anniversary cards. We did not see I guess we did see some refractor parallels in this international. what was the other one? Oh, the Chrome rookie reprints. We did get one of those, I think, with Jackie Robinson. So here we go. Moises Alou. Yeah, great cards for sure. Moises Alou on the International Refractor. We got Matt Anderson on the International. We got Todd Bellitz on the International. We got Michael Coleman on the International Refractor. Brant Brown. This is a Refractor rookie. Christian Guzman on the International. Juan LeBron on the International Refractor. Ben Grieve. I love this. I was kind of disappointed we didn't see more of the inserts. Prime Prospect. I like that a lot. Paul Molitor on the International. Francisco Cordova on the International. Mariano Rivera on the International. Mariano Rivera base card. And my favorite of the night, Jackie Robinson rookie reprint. Love this. Fantastic. Thanks for hanging out with me. Cliff, I appreciate you. I will check my email, and I'll get back to you. I'll send some Mets cards to you, bud. And, yeah, have a great night. And thanks for hanging out, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I've got a couple more shorts coming live from Austin, ripping in my hotel room, and then I fly back Tuesday night late, and I have regular stuff coming out after that, back to the regularly scheduled program. So have a good night, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.